Welcome to the long-awaited island update that nobody's been asking for. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. As you can tell by the title, we're finally doing an island update. I've been putting it off for a really long time, and that's just because, as I mentioned in my last video, there's so many areas of my island that I wanted to decorate and landscape, and I wanted to just get all that done before I finally showed off how the island's coming along. And now I don't really have an idea for any new areas of the island, so I figured now would be a great time to finally show off how the island's coming along. Yeah, so without further ado, I figured we'd just get right into it. So I'll meet y'all at the airport. Hello, welcome to the airport. First things first, I'm gonna show off a quick map update. Here's my map and how the island's coming along. As you can see, there's a lot of browns on the island because I am using the in-game path. That's kind of a challenge that I wanted to give myself in this island, is to just use the in-game paths more instead of using custom designs. Pretty happy with how the map's coming along. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, here are my villagers. I have Dobie, I have Tom, Cherry, Drago, Hugh, Walt, Pom Pom, Sydney, Lionel, and Mayal. Not really sure who I want to keep or who I'm willing to let go of as of yet. All I know for sure is that Dobie, Tom, and Hugh staying for sure. I love those three so much. They're never leaving my island. And I think like Mayal is the only one who I'm willing to let go of, just because it's Mayal. But everybody else, they're kind of just on the fence. Even though I love Cherry and Drago, like I am willing to let go of them anytime soon if they ask. Yeah, other than that, here's my map. Not much else to say about it. There's no dream address yet, of course, because this map is nowhere near finished and I still have a lot of work to do on the island. So yeah, here's my entrance. Very urban, very symmetrical, lots of crosswalks. If you haven't seen the speed build for it, I recommend checking it out. It's on my channel. Here's resident services. Went off to the... I love having dogs. Okay, let me read. Portia! Anyways, here's my resident services, and here is Label. Contrary to popular belief, I love Label a lot. I love the Able sisters in general, mainly because of like the backstory behind them and lore from previous games. I really hope they start to bring tidbits of that story back because it's really interesting. I highly recommend checking out videos and stuff about it. It's really cool. Give you a hint. There's a story about the fact that Sable and Tom Nook used to have a thing, but you didn't hear it from me. Anyways, we're gonna go left or right. I know my directions. And first things first, I'm going to show off Dobie's house right here. If you're not new to the channel, you would know that Dobie is one of my all-time favorite villagers. I've had him on every single island that I've had in New Horizons. And you're probably wondering, why did I make him live in front of a dump? Good question. Weird reasoning though why I decided to do this. But if you don't know, I know a lot of people when they see Dobie, they look at his exterior and decide to give him like a farm and stuff like that. And I agree. I think having Dobie be a farmer is a really, really cute storyline. But on this island, if you don't know how his interior looks, here it is on screen. If I remember to put it, it's very much designed to be like he's a detective or something along those lines. So in my head, I like to think that Dobie is basically the Animal Crossing version of James Bond in a way. He's like a secret agent. He fights crimes, fights bad guys. And also, I have Windle, which is my second island, and Dobie does live on that island as well, as I mentioned. So in my head, I like to think that Dobie is not actually a resident of Eldnew, which is this island. By the way, that's just Windle backwards. But instead, he kind of just like comes here to work in a way, because in my head as well, I like to think that Eldnew and Windle are like right next to each other or something, and Dobie lives on Windle, just likes to chill in the woods, and then he comes to Eldnew, and this is where he works as a secret agent, crime fighting badass. I've given him the nickname Double O Dobie, and obviously since this is like his lair or whatever, he doesn't want to make it obvious that he's this big time secret agent, so it's disguised as a junkyard. Every now and then though, it's kind of funny, I see like villagers always just chill out in the junkyard, especially like Mayal and like I think Hugh as well. Everybody's always around this area, so I like to think that they're just waiting for Dobie to come home so they can go and report crimes to him. Also recently Hans moved out, so I like to think that that was because of Dobie. So thank you Double O Dobie. Stan Dobie. So right next to Dobie, we have this little bench right here, and furthermore, we have Able Sisters. I didn't really do too much with Able Sisters and like the decor of It's just really cute, really basically like a nice little corner shop. I have a cherry tree and this fish tank or fish bowl right here. I gave the cherry tree because it's kind of like a really weird, subtle reference to the Animal Crossing movie. Because if you don't know, first of all, there is an Animal Crossing movie. Highly recommend checking it out. It's very adorable. I've seen it way too many times ever since I was a child. It's like a childhood classic to me. This cherry tree is kind of referencing the fact that they lived in a town where the town fruit was cherries, and Margie, who was a character in the movie, would always come by with her designs, and one of them was that cherry t-shirt or whatever. I gave this little pink bike as well because I like to think that Sable, when she's on her break, would ride around the island, maybe stop by Town Hall and see her old friend Tom Nook. So right behind Able Sisters, I have this little path that just kind of leads to this little sitting point. You can just sit by and relax here and look out into the river, maybe do some fishing. I'm not sure if I want to keep this path though, just because like I feel like aside from it being a fishing spot, it doesn't really serve any other purpose, and I kind of want to just make the river one space bigger and maybe line it up with bushes instead or something. I don't know, we'll figure it out. You can see to the right that I'm using that space right there as a place to like breed my hybrids and all that. I don't know what I'm gonna do there just yet, so we're not gonna go over there. There's literally just a bunch of flowers. So yeah, here's Hugh. He's my bestie. I love him so much. He's another childhood favorite of mine. Had him in City Folk, had him in New Leaf, and I'm very happy that I finally have him in New Horizons as well. And he's also blue. I love blue, if you can't tell. Down here on the beach, here's Mael's house. Not much to say other than that. It's just, I don't know where to put it yet, so it's on the beach. We're gonna go up this way past Dobie's house to show off the right side of resident services. We have like this little thing over here, and we got these vending machines and stuff. Not much done here, just some cute little decor or whatever. We're gonna go up this ramp. There's Double O Dobie, our boy. And to the right, here we have our little multi-tiered neighborhood. Again, did a video on it. Highly recommend you check it out. Here's Pom Pom's house. Here's Cherry's house. And then up these stairs, we got Walt and Hugh, my bestie. To the right of Walt's house, we have this little viewpoint over here. As you can see, I haven't actually figured out what the viewpoint is gonna letting you view, or whatever the saying is, but it's starting to come along pretty nicely. Give me like another month or so for it to finally look good. Also, there's Lionel over there. If you haven't seen him, that's how he looks like. Hugh's house, on the other hand, the decoration, pretty cluttered and cute. I like Hugh's house and how I decorated it the most. It's just, I feel like if I had to choose a house to live in at this point, it would probably be Hugh's. Especially because, again, lots of blues. I love blue. Coming down these stairs, over in front of Pom Pom's house, just a little pumpkin farm right here, and a little garden that you can't really see because there's trees in the way, and a bench as well. Just another little viewpoint that looks off into the river or whatever. I really wanted to make this island have a lot of viewpoints and just areas where you can kind of just sit down and relax and really take in how beautiful this game is, because Jesus Christ, this is just a stunning game. I love the graphics. I'm starting to open up to the music as well. It's not New Leaf or City Folk music, but it's good enough in my books at this point. 5 a.m. and 4 a.m. though, they are definitely top tier. Walking past the neighborhood, here's a sleeping Cherry in the middle of the road. Hopefully a car doesn't run her over. We have like this little snack area. Oh, and also we have this lake over here, and this lake was actually inspired by another island on Instagram. You may recognize the account. It's Maya Crossing. I believe that's how you say it. I visited their dream address recently, and they have like this giant squared lake on their island, and I really just wanted to copy it and have it on my island. I like to think of this area as a whole like to be the town square, since a lot of my residents do live on either side of it, so it's kind of just an area to like chill and meet up with all the residents and stuff. But coming up this way, here's the path that's behind Hugh and Walt's house. I don't know what I want to do here yet, so we're gonna just ignore it. The path down there leads to my secret beach, which also don't really know what I want to do yet. Again, we're gonna ignore it. Here's Lionel, the newest resident of New, for those who haven't seen him, even though I just showed it to you a few minutes ago. Here's my museum, also inspired by Maya Crossing, and also I did a video on it. Highly recommend you check it out. The area behind the museum, ugly, but I'm still gonna show you. Just a lot of trees and some furniture or whatever. This really is just a space where I'm growing my trees and bushes to use on the rest of the island, because I don't know what I want to do behind the museum either just yet. Walking past the museum, we're gonna walk on this path. As you can see, there's some windmills here. Yes, it was because Maya Crossing used them as well, but also it's kind of a little side subtle nod to Windle, my other island, because on that island I had a wind farm. On the left side over here, we have Drago's house, and right behind we have Lionel's house. Yep, and this was my last video. If you haven't seen it, it's just a little neighborhood that I made, lots of rural vibes and dirt roads. But yeah, I don't really know what I want to do past these paths just yet. I did add a little path over here that leads to more mess, but we're gonna ignore that and come down this way. Here's a little flower garden, of course. I really do like it because there are blue flowers and I love blue. But yeah, coming down this way, we have a little fish mart here. I did get rid of the flipping scallop and I replaced it with the sea bass, or nope, that's a black bass. I know my fish. But coming down here, we have just a little deck that looks off into a little river. It's just another place where you can come and chill, maybe do some fishing. If you don't know, I really love fishing in this game. I would never fish in real life because fish are scary, but I love doing it in Animal Crossing. It's one of the main reasons why I started playing City Folk, which was my first game, and like one of the main reasons that like tied me to the series. I remember like I used to play City Folk a lot when I was a child. My dad actually bought the game for my sister. I feel like a lot of boys who play Animal Crossing since they were children have that same story where like their parents bought it for their sisters, but they ended up playing it more than their sisters did, and now they're Animal Crossing stans. Any other guys can relate to that? Please let me know in the comments. So coming down this little bike route that I made over here, we have some benches, and then the path does lead on to this area. I have this giant cliff in the middle of these two paths. I don't know what I want to do up there yet, but once again, just using it as a space to like grow my trees and bushes because I have nowhere else to do it on my island. But right behind it, I plan on putting a villager house here, either a villager house or I might put my house here. I'm not entirely sure just yet, and I don't even know what I want to do behind the house. Coming down these stone steps though, this is, by the way, where the bike route and everything was. More drink machines over here. Once again, this area was inspired by Neko Falls. Highly recommend you check out that account if you haven't already. We have another pumpkin patch down here and just another little bench next to a river over here. Over here, I haven't shown off this area yet. This is my peninsula. Not much done here, just like quick decorating. I am happy with it though. I was originally going to change it, but now I've kind of grown to like it, so I might end up leaving it like this. It's just a nice place. Once again, you can sit down, you can do some fishing, you can look off into the ocean or watch the sunrise or sunset. The sun does set on this side of the island, so probably better to watch the sunset over here. Yep, there's the peninsula. Here's a messy beach. I do plan on using all the furniture on this beach though, unlike my other island where I ended up just selling most of it. Pom Pom is here as well, working out. She's supposed to be on another island right now getting married to Pierce, so I don't really know what she's doing here, but we're just gonna ignore that. Here is a bridge that I recently added and a small little waterfall and a nice little area. I don't know why, like I would say this is my favorite area of my island. It's such a tiny spot, but I really like it. I kind of find myself hanging out in this area the most. Right here is actually my house. It's still very much on the beach. I have not moved it, but I did move my campsite right next to my house because I don't know where I want to put my campsite yet either. But coming up this way, we have my nooks crannies. Pretty cute decor, I would say. Not too much done to it. We have a little break area right here, I like to call it. I like to think that when Timmy and Tommy are on their break, they would come out here, they'd play with the Switch, maybe they have their own Animal Crossing island. That's pretty meta. They do their taxes or whatever, as well as draw some pictures. So coming back here, we're almost done. We're just gonna go up this way real quick to show off Tom's house. This is Tom's house, just some nice simple decorating. I gave him a little car because the inside of his house is basically designed to be a parking garage, so I like to think that he's a car guy and he loves cars. Beep beep. Cool. Here is another ramp, which is basically on the other side of the other ramp. I tried to keep it like really symmetrical. We got another vending machine over here and we are now back at Town Hall. We're at the end of the video now. Thank you so much for watching. Even if you clicked off or skipped till the end, it still means a lot to me that you took the time to check it out. I'm gonna go now, but before I do, if you like the video, then please like the video, give it a thumbs up. It would mean a lot to me. Also, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. But yeah, with all that out of the way, I hit the R button correctly this time. Bye.